Hi, I'm Mary Beth Stapleton, Manager of Family and Community Partnerships for Hartford County Public Schools. Welcome to the Real Talk as we talk about the Hartford County Public Schools budget. With me today is Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Deborah Judd. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having us.
And Mr. Eric Clark, who's our Director of Budget. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So Deborah, I want to start with you. As your team starts to work on the 2024-2025 school year budget, it's happening right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So right now, we want parents to understand where we are in the process. So could you just explain for parents where we are in the budget process and what happens?
Sure. So our board voted on their budget the first board meeting in February, and we have to have the budget over to the county executive by today, March 1st, and the county executive will then work with his team to create his budget for FY25.
Okay, and that includes the Hartford County Public Schools budget?
Correct.
Got
yes.
it, okay. And then just thinking about the process for revenue, right, where the money comes from for Hartford County Public Schools, I don't think parents are always clear because we hear all kinds of different things. So if you could just clarify.
Well, we receive revenue from several different sources, but the majority of our funding comes from the state of Maryland and from Hartford County.
Okay, thank you. And then, Deborah, thinking about what happens next with the budget, so now that you've sent it over to the county executive, what happens next? Where are we in the process?
So the county executive will work with his team, as I said, to create his budget. I believe there will probably be input sessions for that as well. And then it goes to the county council, and the county council then, we will meet with the county council, present our budget, and move on from there to where they ultimately vote in, by June.
And thinking about that process, we're seeing our neighboring counties really struggling with their local budgets. Yes. And so we know that in their county council meetings and other places, parents are really advocating. So thinking about that, how can staff and parents get involved in the process? How can they keep track of Hartford County Public Schools budget as they're hearing news from across the state with other districts?
Well, we encourage people to advocate at the right time during the budget process. So when the superintendent is creating his budget, obviously those thoughts and comments come to him during that time. Once it is turned over to our board, then those advocacies need to go to the Board of Education so they can make their decision. And
that's what's just happened.
That's
right?
just happened,
so we've
correct.
done that process.
Correct.
And so now everybody that wanted to speak about the budget, they've done so, and the board approved the superintendent's budget.
So we would encourage families to make sure that they understand what's in the budget and begin their advocacy with the county executive and then ultimately with the county council to fund the budget as the board has approved and sent over to the county.
And thinking about when we'll hear the decision from the county, I know that's a little bit confusing about that timeline, so could you clarify?
Sure. So the county executive will present his budget by April 15th.
Okay.
And then the county council will then start to review the Hartford County Public Schools, the public library, the sheriff, all the different agencies that Hartford County funds, and they have to have the decision by June 15th. However, they usually vote on it in either the last meeting of May or the first meeting of June. So as Deborah said, just to piggyback on that, if you want to advocate for school funding, go to the county executive now. You can email, he'll have some town halls and some meetings in his preparation, and then once after April 15th, then it's the county council.
Okay, and so probably the county council might have some hearings as well?
Correct.
Okay, so
yes.
The community can go to those hearings and advocate?
Yes, and they have a public input session or public comment session at the end of each of their meetings. They usually have 4 a month, I believe, in May and June. So
wow.
there's a lot of opportunity to let their feelings be known.
Okay, so thinking about moving forward, we're really kind of at a pause. We've approved the budget, the board has approved the budget, and we're really just kind of in a waiting period
yes.
right now. Okay, well, we really want our parents to be aware about where we are and how you can prepare to advocate as we share the information with the community about the budget. So thank you both so much. I know you're working so hard right now, and we appreciate all that you do for our students and our families.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, parents, for getting interested in the budget and really just advocating on behalf of our children. We'll see you next time.